Amazing story, partly because of what it is and very damning text coming out of the State Department about Donald Trump and Ukraine, but also amazing because of who broke the story. Fox News has broken a very important story from congressional correspondent Mike Emanuel. It is about a US Special Envoy to Ukraine, Kurt Volker, the man who stepped down recently and then testified in front of Congress yesterday. Temporary Ambassador William Taylor and Ambassador to the European Union Gordon Sondland, all texting one another. Wait till you see what's in the text. First of all, let me give you a tiny bit of background. Volker is a guy who went into the Trump administration, but is not a Trumpy, right? He said, look, I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna do real American foreign policy here when he went in. So he seems like he's a normal State Department person that's just a career employee. I don't know anything about William Taylor's background. His text is very important. Gordon Sondland is more of a Trump guy, so he's trying to protect Trump. So here's what Taylor says. This is in an exchange that happened September 9th, okay? So almost a month ago. Taylor texts, quote, as I said on the phone, I think it's crazy to withhold security assistance for help with a political campaign. Smoking gun.
Whoa.
Okay, so he said it. This is before the whistleblower complaint comes out. This is before there's any national attention to it, no media, no nothing. These are encrypted text messages that Fox News has gotten hold of. And in the text messages, William Taylor, the acting ambassador, says, I'm gonna repeat it, as I said on the phone, I think it's crazy to withhold security assistance for help with a political campaign. Okay, that is quid pro quo, okay?
Wow.
So now Sondland, the Trump guy, writes back, Bill, I believe you are incorrect about President Trump's intentions. The president has been crystal clear. No quid pro quos of any kind. The president is trying to evaluate whether Ukraine is truly going to adopt transparency and reforms that President Zelensky promised during the campaign. I suggest we stop the back and forth by text.
Ooh.
I love that. So the whole beginning of that is very carefully crafted. That is a CYA message if I ever heard one, right?
Yeah.
It's not a casual conversation. That's the kind of thing you write if you think these texts might come out one day. So now remember, Bill, this is not a quid pro quo as we are clear about, right? And then he's like, let's get off a text. Get off a text. Get back on the phone, okay?
Wow. That's huge. That really is. But you know, it's interesting because while we really focus on what the reality is, and that's someone calling attention to the fact that this is done for political favors on Trump's part, you know, Trump supporters are just gonna focus on what the response was. Yeah. And think that that's the truth. Think that that's really what Trump intended. Why? If Trump is concerned about corruption, first of all, this country is already deeply corrupt and he's done nothing to figure that situation out. In fact, he is boastful about corruption in America. I mean, he's boastful about his own corruption. The reason why he won't do anything about Saudi Arabia and the Saudi prince ordering the murder of a Washington Post journalist is because he does business with Saudi Arabia. He said it publicly multiple times. That's corruption.
Yeah, and we could list dozens of things that Trump does that's corrupt.
He doesn't care about corruption in Ukraine.
He tried to bring the G7. He's still trying to bring the G7 meeting to his property in Doral because it's underwater. I don't mean physically, I mean financially. It's not doing well. That's the one that's infested with bed bugs. And so he's like, it's beautiful. It's right by the airport. I think we should bring all of the foreign government representatives to my property. It's so obvious embracing corruption. Anyway, back to this. You have to remember something. Trump fired the ambassador to Ukraine because she was honest. And they were like, they did not like the fact that she was not following their political agenda. She's like, look, man, the former other prosecutors in Ukraine already looked into the Biden connection. We have to do actual diplomacy here. And they hated that, so he fired her. So that means William Taylor, the guy who says in the text, we're doing this for a political campaign was appointed by Donald Trump. So it's not like, hey, Barack Obama came out of retirement and put William Taylor in, etc. It's a Trump appointee. And like all Trump appointees, he's temporary ambassador to US because everybody's constantly getting fired and leaving. He thinks it's The Apprentice in there. Every week he has to fire someone. So this is someone appointed by him very clearly with a smoking gun message there. So I guess begrudgingly, I have to say, nice job by a Fox News reporter doing actual and excellent journalism. Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.